Immediate reaction, Jaylen. Godzilla.
Dude, it was dope.
All right. Immediate reaction, Bryant. All right.
Dude, that was.
Let's go review it.
Dude, that was great.
Oh man. Oh man, dude.
That was pretty good. That was actually pretty good.
A solid 9 out of 10 right there. Wow.
Solid.
Mm-hmm.
That's a solid, good movie right there.
Solid.
Okay, well,
Okay,
Kick it
so
off.
fuck.
kick it off.
Godzilla. It's not like the first one back in 2014.
Yep.
No.
2014 tried to be too serious. This one went straight to fucking Godzilla, you know?
No,
Yeah.
it started off immediately.
Like, Godzilla.
Yes, like dude, oh my god, it's just great. Oh man, I'm still like psyched that I saw it.
No, it's
because,
like with every single battle was awesome. It was fucking awesome. And then, but at the very end of every battle, you're just like, they're holding out on something. We don't know what it is yet, but they're holding out on something.
Yeah, and
Oh, man.
the ending climax just led up through all these little fucking pockets of plot in the movie, and then it just went done.
Oh man.
It was pretty good actually. Like how everything tied together, it was very nicely done.
Yeah,
like
they executed
nothing
it very well.
Yeah, nothing dragged on for too long. Even all the, like you said, the fights were great, and yeah, exactly what you guys said.
One thing I want to
Yeah.
note is, like, critics said about this movie, I bit my tongue, they said about this movie that there were not enough fight scenes. Bullshit.
No, did they?
Yeah.
Not enough fight scenes. I mean, like
There was not enough monster on monster.
There was 4.
there's like 4 or 5 separate times where they
And the final battle is like a solid 15 minutes of fucking fighting, so I don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think that's leading up to spoiler, obviously, 3rd movie for sure.
Okay.
Or even more.
Or
Okay.
more.
Here's the thing. I know a lot of the reviews said that there wasn't enough like human drama. I feel like they got.
Yeah, there was more than enough.
There was more than enough.
Yeah.
Like I actually felt like there was times where like it was dragging a little bit.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I do. I would say that portion of it, yes.
on the
dragged on for a
contrary,
bit.
like I said, the movie fights were awesome. Fucking go see the movie fights. The cinematography was beautiful.
Yes.
And the entirety of the music
Very well done.
movie,
Color grading,
just every
angle
single shot of a
Dude.
monster or just a set piece. was
anything
just
that happened.
amazing.
Especially Mothra. I will comment that Mothra is beautiful.
Mothra's awesome.
among
And,
the other monsters.
Especially with how loud and how extreme it gets, and it's all the fighting, and there's no moments of peace. In between that are those moments of peace, and like what you were just talking about with the
Cinematography.
But the cinematography really pulls it together. There's just one scene where they're in the sub, and it's like zoomed out real far, and they're going down, and you can
It's
see
the
the
light
from
penetrating,
Mothra coming through behind them, showing them where
Like
to
a
go.
beacon, yeah.
They're like a beacon, and it's just straight darkness on the other side of the
Yeah.
screen, but they're going towards it. It's amazing.
No,
That is
just
So-
like it had
yeah.
probably some of the best shots I've ever seen. In
yes.
And
cinema.
with this movie, it kind of takes a... You know how in Batman vs. Superman in the beginning, it shows Bruce Wayne running through the city while it's getting fucked up by Superman?
Mm-hmm.
It kind of starts out like that.
Yeah.
You know, it's 2014, you know, Godzilla and the fucking Muto are going at it in San Francisco, and this one guy's with his wife and other daughter, and they're looking for their kid Andrew, and then it just kind of cuts to black, and there's all this chaos
It
happening.
leads off after the first movie.
Yeah, it's right after the first. Well, not right after, but
Basically right after.
it really does extend on the universe of Godzilla and how they're trying to push it to a cinematic level.
Aliens.
Yeah,
Literally aliens. There is no joke. That is what it is.
they're really
There is
trying to
one.
push that.
There was only one.
Yeah.
And it made a lot of fucking sense.
And it makes
Why?
perfect sense why the
Yes.
fucking Titans are like, nah, we don't want you here.
Yeah, that. Oh my god, it's so
Okay,
great.
can we start talking about spoilers?
Oh yeah.
Just
Sure.
spoiler warning for
Yeah.
Godzilla. That's the movie. Godzilla, King of the Monsters.
This is
a spoiler warning.
full-
You might want to
review.
put this in the beginning.
I don't know.
Because we've already said some shit.
I'll just put a spoiler. I'll put a
Yeah, but
spoiler
not, like,
warning
super-
in the
yeah.
beginning.
Spoiler warning. Jason.
Yeah, it's like I'll put a spoiler warning
Put a
there.
warning.
Yeah, Jaylen.
Jaylen.
Fire the oxygen nuke. Oh
Yes.
my god.
Dude, the oxygen eliminating missile.
Hold on, incoming message. We have an oxygen weapon coming to kill them.
An
And it's like,
oxygen
"Fuck you."
evaporator. And they went, what? And they went, it's
Yeah.
exactly how it sounds.
Let's
All right.
let's get to that. So, in the beginning, as we were saying, it goes straight off of Godzilla 1.
Absolutely.
And then after that, it's about, the wife and her daughter.
It shows like what's happening
Yeah.
after the facts. 5 years later.
Yeah.
5 years later.
Present day right now.
Yeah.
Present day.
Like Endgame.
2019. Yep. But, oh my god, this fucking movie. It goes to the wife and her daughter, the two that were in the beginning. You find out the daughter's trying to talk to her dad, so you immediately find out that they're kind of separated, parental-wise. And she's trying to make breakfast for her mom and ends up fucking up the bacon because she's a dumb cunt.
That's what you're choosing to talk about right now?
Yeah, that's
Yep.
what he's choosing to talk about.
Really?
I'm just going through it. But then,
Okay, we don't have to go through literally every single fucking scene in the movie.
I'm transitioning here.
Oh wait, well you missed the scene where she went to the bathroom and shit herself for 20 minutes.
I'm
After the
transitioning
bacon.
here.
Just sum it up, Evan, for the love of God. Just
Okay,
sum it up.
they're in a lab area
you.
in the fucking Chinese rainforest, and it zooms out a window to a fucking Mayan temple or some shit.
Are you sure you can handle this? Because I can take it over from here if you really want to.
There's a goddamn temple with a lab in it. Continue.
Check this out. So they're making Mothra again. So they're like, okay, we made the Mothra, and then fucking hitmen come in and execute everyone. And they fucking kidnap the mom and the daughter. Next, it cuts to the father. The father's like, I love my life, and then gets kidnapped. And he's like, yo, your fucking wife and daughter are kidnapped. He's like, fine, let's go find them. Then they say hi to Godzilla.
Why were they kidnapped?
Because they have this stupid little fucking sonar beam thing that you can talk to monsters. It's not that
you can
important.
make them happy,
Dude, oh
sad,
my
pissed
God.
off.
Okay, so yeah,
Horny.
the mom and the daughter both come up with a device that was originally a prototype that the mom and the dad worked on, but then the dad was like, this is bad mojo, destroys it.
I wanted to use it for whales, not monsters.
Yes.
I'm gonna
for
go.
whales.
I'm gonna go take some pictures of wolves. I'll be back in 5 years.
Yeah. So
I
then
got Nat Geo going on.
So when they're in the thing and everyone's getting executed and shit, basically the mom and the daughter were using the sonar thing to talk to Mothra because it was working at first, but then they started like they
Just in
got
case
the people that were inside the thing when she woke up, the like containment people, got scared, started shooting her with tasers, so she fucking killed everyone in the room. And then of course they're like, oh, we gotta stop it. So both mom and daughter run out there, calm it down, and then everyone gets executed, they get kidnapped, and now
They go to Antarctica.
and almost the exact same fucking thing happens
Evil
again.
company lands there, goes to the lab, fucking kills everybody, and they're trying to set up their own thing because in Antarctica,
Patient Zero.
Patient
Patient
Zero.
Zero,
Patient Zero.
aka Monster Zero,
Monster Zero.
aka three-headed dragon-looking gonorrhea is what they nicknamed
why
it.
can't I remember his name?
I always just call him Hydra.
No, I know, yeah, he is a Hydra, but oh my god.
This movie
yeah,
is
whatever.
about monsters.
Big monster.
There's not really need for explanation. Big monsters. They used to live here. They're trying to bring them back.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
used to. They actually used to live down the block from me, actually.
Yeah.
They made a bunch of noise.
Yeah.
Rascals.
They'd start, emitting radiation from the sewer.
Yeah, now I can't have kids.
Oh,
Damn
So-
it.
now my dick turned into a vagina.
Damn it.
I'm pretty sure that's one of the monsters, what they call him. You're gonna have to cut that. Cut that, please.
Oh, what's the
So-
timestamp?
I don't know.
Continue.
Anyway, Patient Zero, they go in there, execute everyone again, they get in there, and they're like, oh, look at this gigantic three-headed fucking thing in this thing of ice, and then they're like, oh, hey, I got an idea, just put some drill set up, Ghidorah, King Ghidorah, that's what it is.
Ghidorah.
Sorry.
I think you're allowed to
So-
say that.
Yeah.
Why is
Ghidorah.
Ghidorah?
And he's in the ice, so they have these drills, they drill it, but then they put explosives in this gigantic thing that was like, what, 200 feet tall?
Yeah.
And
Something like that.
he was in the
if not
ice.
bigger.
yeah, it probably bigger than that.
He was in the ice.
So they get that, they do that, and then they start getting raided by the good guys with the dad, and they're trying to go in there and get the daughter
And the wife back.
Right.
And try to get the actual machine, which is called the fucking... That starts with the C. The coral. I don't know.
Coral, yeah, whatever. The opera machine. So
The orca
it
machine.
comes in the orca machine.
Yeah.
The opera machine.
Because it's meant for whales. Oh my god! I made a connection!
Took you that long?
Yep.
Comes
Are you
down
actually
to
joking?
a standoff with the dad and the mom and villainous company with the kid. The kid is gonna walk over to the dad, but then she retreats, and then she's like, "No, Dad, screw you." And then with the mom, she takes the detonator and blows everything. And then we proceed into Big Boy number uno, well, technically 0, coming out.
I get it.
And totally fucking everything up for everybody until Godzilla just marches right out of the fucking water and just,
He's
hey.
like, hey, what's this shit going on? It's not our food.
Yeah,
sorry.
Hey, Ghidorah! The fuck?
Ghidorah!
Why are you here? You were sleeping.
You were sleeping.
You were sleeping.
Fucking asshole.
You fucked my wife! You dare to come back to my earth? I'd kill you!
Say you took my wife, you fucked my crops, I take your life. So now, basically, then Godzilla, Ghidorah go nuts and they fight each other. What happens?
Hard cut to Mexico.
Hard cut to Mexico with who wakes up there?
I don't fucking remember. Lava.
Either way,
Lava Velociraptor.
Ghidorah's going that way.
Yeah. I forgot what his name is. Radon?
Ghidorah's
Raiden, yes.
Ghidorah's
Raiden,
basically
Not Raiden.
Rodan.
Rodan.
yeah.
It's Rodan.
Ghidorah's basically waking people the fuck up.
Yeah. So
Yo, hey, Godzilla fucked all your wives. You gotta get up.
he's like,
Then
okay.
Rodan gets up. He's a giant fire pterodactyl bitch.
and he's awesome.
Busts out of a volcano while Mexico's trying to escape, and then
The entirety of Mexico is trying to
literally.
escape.
Ends
They're
up
trying
like-
to cross the border, but the wall's too high.
ends up like wind caking them away like a fucking nuke.
And
Little kid's trying to run away. He starts flying. Soldier grabs him. Don't worry, son. The U.S. Army will keep you safe. Let me hold you here.
Fun fact, Godzilla weighs 90,000 tons.
Thanks.
Yeah,
How
bigger-
much is Ghidorah?
I don't know. I'm looking up Monsterverse right now.
You know how many tons the lid in Chernobyl was? 1 million.
Yeah, but Godzilla weighs 40,000, which means you can lift it up.
They blew that through the roof in Chernobyl.
So then the fight happens with Ghidorah, Godzilla, and everyone basically gets away except for one of the other people gets crushed, like in an instant, not expecting way. And then you're like, oh shit. One of the people that was on the research team from the first movie.
That was in Antarctica. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Forgot about
what
that.
happens? What happens with Antarctica? What happens there with the end of the fight?
Basically Godzilla gets fucking RKO'd into the ground.
Yep.
And Ghidorah flies away like a bitch.
And then Godzilla gets up and he's like, oh.
Fuck.
And he goes back into the water and everyone's like,
No,
why?
you're not talking it right. As Ghidorah was flying away, he went, "I'm coming for you, Ghidorah! Coming to your house this Sunday night on ABC
Sunday!
Sunday.
Yeah,
I'm coming to your home."
I just imagine the video of the one guy where he's like, I'm gonna beat him in one-man challenge because he's gonna have 2 6 1/3 of a chance. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the fucking WWE meme. God damn it.
Fucking A.
Then,
Okay,
moving into Mexico, Rodan's fucking up.
Rodan's
Rodan's
fucking up
going
shit.
crazy. He's like, yo, fuck your town, fuck this. And I believe
The humans go, "Listen,
Yeah.
we can't fight them. Let's make them fight each other." So they fight each other. They
Please.
fucking like after Rodan does a barrel roll and kills 25 pilots, they run them into the giant storm, which is Ghidorah.
Yep.
And they go, "All right, we're gonna fight." Rodan goes down almost instantly.
Yeah.
And as Ghidorah is about to finish the final blow, RKO out of nowhere from our man Godzilla,
out of the water.
out of the water comes out, and then after that, the military goes, "Release the oxygen evaporator."
No, yeah, it's like they're trying to have Godzilla
They
fight
went-
this fucker.
They went,
Yeah.
"Hey, I'm getting a Skype call from the general." He's like, "Hey, we're gonna release the oxygen evaporator." He went,
What the fuck is that?
He went,
It's
"It's
like-
an oxygen
it's an
evaporator,"
evaporator.
and then he hung up.
It's
and
a
they tried to call
missile.
him
It's
back, and he-
experimental. But we're supposed to let Godzilla take care of it. He's like, no.
So they're like, hey man, missile, big, bad, leave.
the fuck out.
Get the fuck out. You got 2 minutes. And
Unless you want your
they're-
oxygen to evaporate.
Right, and he's like, well, no, we gotta, and he's like, we already launched the missile. And they're like, all right.
You got 2
we gotta
minutes.
go. Yeah, we
You
gotta
got
go.
2 minutes. I'm
It's so
sorry.
bad.
I was gonna call you,
So-
but there was some interference. I don't know.
They get the
Electrical
fuck.
storm.
They get the fuck away, and Oxygen Destroyer comes.
The oxygen evaporator.
It's the Destroyer.
I call it
so-
Destroyer.
Oxygen evaporator sounds much cooler.
So I don't know where Rodin went.
He fucked off.
Yeah, no, he
Yeah,
fucked
Rodin
off.
fucked
he ran.
Fucked off.
And Godzilla took
Godzilla and Ghidorah were underwater. The
underwater.
oxygen missile went underneath, and big green boom boom.
Evaporated the water.
Yeah, evaporated the water
Fish
and the
died.
a lot of dead fish just start coming up.
Fish died.
And you're like, oh damn. So they're both done. And then Ghidorah comes out of the water just
yeah, then you
like,
check the time,
fuck.
you're like, oh, we're an hour in this movie, huh? Wow.
Yeah.
This is ooh, okay, let's keep going, let's keep going.
So then they're like, oh shit, well Ghidorah's still alive, well fuck us, as they're escaping, and they're like, wait, where's Godzilla? They try to like get his monitor thing where they've been kind of like following him to see where he's going, so they know
Trying
where
to find
to go.
his path.
Right, and they have his heartbeat, and it just doot 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 doot, and they're
Oh
like,
shit, Godzilla's dead.
No,
Yeah.
no, you missed it, and then it went ring out, and then Godzilla
shut up. So then
He's down! Macho Man's coming out! He's coming out!
He's got a chair.
Macho Man, what do you say?
Watch out for the tree, Macho Man! Watch out for the tree!
The train. Why?
God.
Why is it-
Tree.
Oh,
tree.
fuck you! Wow, that's an asshole thing.
Yeah,
to
Ghidorah
say.
threw a tree, and Macho Man went, oh!
and it just froze and died.
And died.
Wow. And
Do you think he was doing like this? He was going on, coming for you,
Ooh.
tree!
and
And then it just straight up like Laura Croft killed. Right into the heart.
Swear to God.
Right into the neck.
just through the side. Had to pull out the rebar. Definitely
Yeah.
not from The Last of Us. Anyway, so moving forward, they're kind of like, well, shit. Why didn't that kill him? And they start getting to reading up on some old shit, typing away, looking at books and whatever, and they come down to the conclusion that Ghidorah is actually not of Earth.
Yeah.
And he's mind affecting all the other monsters except for Godzilla, and they're basically all on his side. No matter what the Orca machine really does, it
Yeah.
won't listen. None of them will listen now.
And whenever they turn the Orca on, he just wants to fucking destroy it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ghidorah does. So they start using that to kind of lure him away later
Well,
on.
we're hearing Sonar, he's hearing Britney Spears, and he's
Yeah,
like,
he's like,
oh my
"Oh
god,
my
God.
God."
I'm done with Toxic.
He's-
I'm done with it. And then he
He's
just
like,
tries to
it's
destroy
been
it.
so many years. I was dead for hundreds of thousands. I come back and the song's back again.
God
He's
damn
like,
it.
Fuck.
Fuck.
That means yeah, that means that confirms that Britney Spears has been alive for hundreds of thousands of years though.
Hasn't she?
Yeah.
She is that old, yes. She's an immortal creature. She's
Yeah.
interdimensional, just
Yeah,
like
after-
Adam
yeah.
Sandler and
After
Brendan
Ghidorah
Fraser.
summoned Britney Spears as one of the 17 monsters.
18 now.
It's
18
with
monsters.
Britney
They've expanded
Spears.
the universe.
Yeah, Kong was like, what the fuck?
Even he's scared of her.
Even he's
So,
like,
yeah.
no. No.
King Kong and a giant mammoth bitch are two of the fucking monsters that were risen. That are weird as hell.
Yeah, so there are a bunch of monsters start rising up from their sleep at this point.
I could have
and...
swore I saw fucking, what's that movie that I said it was about with the monster?
Oh, Cloverfield.
Cloverfield. I could have
It's
swore
not.
I saw
It's
fucking
not.
It's not
Cloverfield, dude.
connected.
That'd be
to
cool.
Cloverfield.
That would be cool.
J.J. Abrams like, hey, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Because Cloverfield is interdimensional.
Yes, the last movie I think confirms all that
Paradox.
bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Fuck.
it's a good movie.
It fucked
Never got
me
to
up.
see it, sadly. That's
Oh, we
the
can watch it
only
after
one
Kong.
I
It's on
haven't seen.
Netflix.
Yes.
It's a Netflix exclusive.
Alright, fine. But, then what done happened?
After that, they decide, okay, we need to nuke Godzilla to revive him.
He's sleeping somewhere.
in Rapture. We have to go find him.
And you're not far off from that either.
Just when the one dad is going off to try and find his daughter, fucking Mothra comes out of nowhere. It's just like, hey, I'll point you to my daddy.
Yeah. So
That's my baby
the
mama.
thing that this the reason why they know who to help and like what's going on now is because they come down to the conclusion that Godzilla is the protector of Earth and he is the king of the monsters, and Mothra is the queen of the monsters.
He's
Yeah.
basically
So,
Goku.
He's basically Goku. And now there's an alien invader because the way they also come down to that conclusion is because Godzilla rips off one of Ghidorah's heads. And he only has 3, so he's wiggling around with 2 on top of this mountain volcano, calling in all the other monsters. And they're like, yo, what's up? You're our king. He just grows back his head.
Yeah.
And that they're like, okay, that's not this thing's not from here.
That's
then
fucking nasty.
So that's why it's even more evil. It's not part of nature. That's where all of these guys come from. So now they're like, all right, we gotta go revive dude. And Mothra just pops up, clears away the storm that Ghidorah left. She's like, he's down there, go get him.
I'll point you away with my fucking
magic beam.
my light vagina.
My magic sunlight vagina. Just
the most clean and healthy of them all.
So they take a nuclear submarine base down there.
Yep.
And when they get close enough, because this place that Godzilla's hiding has a lot of radiation, because Godzilla's trying to feed.
Right, and
He's
you're probably wondering, what do you mean radiation down? Oh yeah, they hit a little wormhole or tunnel thing
it's like,
that Godzilla uses to travel extremely
And there's
fast.
So what
several
radiation
of
is,
these.
boys, it's what happens when you're in Fallout and you hear tick, 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 and like it goes up a little bit. We're talking to gamers here. All right, we got to
fuck
talk to the
up.
alpha gamer. And
Wait,
watching
no,
this right now.
Chernobyl on HBO came out. Everybody knows about it, fucking nuclear physics now.
That just makes you a beta cuck.
Exactly.
It just makes you.
You're not a gamma, you're a beta.
So after they realize
Please
we
stop
can't get
saying
any
that.
closer to Godzilla, or else we will die.
Mm-hmm.
They released the drones.
I can't remember this guy's. I can't remember.
They
his
released the
name.
drones. I think his
I
name
don't-
is
The
Jiro.
Asian scientist goes,
Oh, Jiro.
listen, I'll do it. And they went, okay. And he went, wait, you're not going to stop? And he went, yeah, no, fucking go. So he
I was
went,
like, why didn't they just send like some random worker on the fucking
Because
boat?
that's-
None of them
that
wanted
wouldn't
to
be
fucking
impactful.
do
It's
it.
so dumb.
yeah, some random Asian guy instead of the nuclear scientist anyway.
Yeah.
But after he delivers the fucking nuke to Godzilla, he has one of the best hero deaths I've ever seen in my life, where he initiates the nuke, lava's falling behind him.
60
He's in like
seconds.
this weird air pocket beneath the sea.
Yep.
He
In
takes-
Atlantis.
He takes
Pretty
off
much
his
Atlantis,
glove,
yeah.
and
It's pretty much
he
Atlantis.
touches Godzilla and goes, "Go goodbye, old friend," and then blows up with the nuke. It didn't make any sound, which was a really nice touch
I
that I
noticed that,
really
yeah.
loved, because it's underwater and it shouldn't make a sound, and it's great. And then Godzilla comes back with big spikes and big
Yes.
flame, and they go.
He evolved.
Yeah, well, so let's go to the daughter.
Okay.
She's in the base.
She's in the base,
outside of Boston,
and
Massachusetts.
she's like, "Hey man, the shit's fucked up." And wife's like, "No," and she's like, "Okay, I'm gonna go steal this." And she went, "Okay, bye."
I'm gonna take the orca.
So
jet.
she took the Orca
Yeah.
and she took it to the Red Sox stadium and plugged in her MP3 player and just "You're the toast of the li-" and like every like
And then Ghidorah was
yeah,
like,
like,
"Oh God, I fucking hate Boston."
"Where is it? The Red Sox? They're still here too." Fenway, damn it! And then they just fucking he just flew away.
And
While he was flying away, he had a giant Cubs flag
all of,
on him, and he
all
was
of
just like,
fucking,
"Yeah!"
all of fucking Boston is evacuated, and all of a sudden, like 11's on top of the goddamn rooftop looking over, trying to keep an eye out. And then all of a sudden, you just see a big fucking cloud coming in, like it's a rad storm from Fallout.
No,
Exactly.
it's what did they say? It was like a level 6 hurricane.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a category 6.
It was the category 6 hurricane.
and it is the worst travesty in human history. That is how big it was. That movie is fucking
And
awesome.
she fucking closes the door on that shit because she knows he's coming.
Yeah, and she's like, "It'll contain me." So after fucking Ghidorah goes, "Hey, where's the Orca? Found it." And then Britney Spears is finally dead. And he's like, "All right, who's next?" Well, Godzilla comes out of nowhere with the fucking just like every army ever following
Yeah.
behind him in one of the coolest shots ever.
Fucking Godzilla
Just-
Oh
with
my
jets and B-2 bombers
Oh,
flying
man,
over
if
him.
you actually pause the scene and look very closely, Godzilla's wearing
and
a
as
headset.
Ghidorah is fucking...
He's going, "Go, go, go!"
Yeah.
Ghidorah's landing on
Go.
Fenway Park trying to find the daughter because it's trying to find the Orca, really.
Yeah.
And just before he's about to fucking zap her into...
Smithereens.
Kingdom Come.
Just
Yeah.
like the two people that prayed before they went out of the ship, and they got evaporated immediately, and they went, "At least God's on it," and then dead.
Fuck!
They didn't even have time to breathe.
They really didn't.
They got
was-
smited.
That was. They were
Oh
gone.
man!
But
Even the dad was like, "Whoa!"
as
Yeah.
right as
I need to-
Ghidorah was about to fucking zap her, all of a sudden, yeah, Godzilla comes with his
New beam of
Amer-
energy.
American army, and he's pissed off.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
pissed off. That
Just
all-
he like just snipes Ghidorah from like super far away, and it actually like this time around you can tell he's more powerful because it
Yeah.
throws Ghidorah way back.
And at this point, they're saying, okay, so we gotta kill this motherfucker, but Godzilla's got 12 minutes before he goes thermonuclear.
And they
And
went,
they're like,
what? And he
what?
went thermonuclear.
Yeah.
What? You're all scientists.
You're all going to die if you don't leave in 12 minutes.
And they went, all right. So as they're having their battle, they're trying to find Emma, the daughter, and they're like, okay, well, she probably went home. So they go home. She's hiding in a tub. Indiana Jones already made that joke, and they find her, and they're like, okay, we need to help Godzilla and Mothra because Mothra's here too. She's fighting what's his fucking name? The lava Rodin. So while they're fucking fighting, they're like, we gotta put the iPod Mini back into the fucking Orca and get that
Hurry the
Britney
fuck
Spears
up.
back up. We gotta get that Britney Spears back up. And then after they got the Britney Spears, Mortal's like, God damn it! Every time!
Where is it?
And then fucking Godzilla was like, ooh yeah! My battle music! Time to get strong.
And then he gets back up, and they start fighting, and then I think he gets thrown down
No,
one.
what
No.
happened
Yep, go ahead.
Was Gordia?
Yeah, Gordia.
Gordia was like,
Gonorrhea.
what am I gonna do? Amazing Spider-Man 2 Electro, and then just fucking bit the electrical power line and used his ult to electrify fucking everything. In like a 3-mile radius. She's hot, and that's a dude. And after...
Don't look out your fucking window anymore. Swear to God.
Ah!
No recovery from that one, right? No recovery from that one.
You literally saw them walk past, and that.
Even if you said pause after that, you would have been fucked.
Anyway, after my gayness came out for just a quick second,
It's okay. It's Pride Month.
fuck it. Damn it. Ah! God damn it. I lost my train of thought.
He used his ult.
Gonorrhea.
He used his ult. Gonorrhea used his ult. And Godzilla fell on the ground because he shot himself. And because after... and then after that, Martha?
Come on!
I can't!
Mothra!
Mothra was like, I'm gonna defend against the Hydra. And the Hydra went, nope, and obliterated her.
Yep.
Just fucked up, just destroyed Mothra. It was bad. It was super bad. And afterwards, God's like, oh, you fucked my wife? You killed my wife?
So
I take your light. And then he didn't do anything.
Then the energy from Mothra went into Godzilla and he started glowing red in some parts. And you're like,
oh, the nuke's gonna happen, boys.
And yeah, Ghidorah was trying to bite his ass and wrap around him and shit.
No, he didn't bite his ass. He lifted him up to the stratosphere and dropped him like a
Yeah, I
fucking
forgot
meteor.
that happened.
Sorry, that's the thing that put Godzilla down, at least for the count, is Mothra choked him out with his neck. One of them. Put him all the way to the stratosphere, dropped him like a meteor, and he just came down crashing. Burning Inferno blows up.
Fucking
Everyone's like, fuck.
Blasted Boston like a nuke.
Right, and then Mothra goes to defend him goes to defend Godzilla, and then dude's like, you really think it's gonna work? Okay.
Have you played Pokemon?
No.
What? No.
Fucking lightning is weak against, or bug is weak against lightning.
Bug?
Bug is weak, yeah, it's a type.
Yeah, guess what? It's called a fucking zapper.
Yeah, but
And also it's a moth. So anyway, Mothra gets totally fucked, and then they start totally
Corda takes a tennis racket and just whacks it. It's like, get back!
He has the tape for the flies with honey on it.
Back!
Yeah, fuck! Here's my Elder Scroll.
Oh man.
So so then Ghidorah starts to try to strangle Godzilla and take his energy. He's starting to glow red and shit, and they're like, okay, we can't have that because it's over then. So they finally hit the final time. They start playing Britney Spears again.
What other Britney Spears songs are there? Hit me, baby, one more time! And he went, fucking damn it!
Yeah, he said, oh my god, you're shitting
That's
me.
What the
even
fuck?
worse.
So then everybody left except for the mom. She's like, no, I gotta stay behind. She gets in the car, has a whole like drive scene through
They're
all
like,
the
Mom,
city.
no!
And then
She's like, I gotta take the Orca!
She completely distracts him, and then she is about to die, and then you see
The building's melting.
Nuclear
Godzilla.
and
literally walking and melting everything in him.
He's melting everything in his path, even
Buildings.
concrete.
buildings were literally just
Like peanut butter.
it looked like inflatable shit just
And Gorda's like, what
Like,
the fuck?
yeah, he
and
goes-
then Godzilla looked at him and went, hit me baby one more time, and just obliterated him with his super ultra mega beam.
Whatever it was. He had to hit him twice, don't get me wrong.
Burned his goddamn wings
off
the
on the first
time.
one, because he goes to like defend himself and it's
And he went, that's not gonna work.
And he did it again and then completely disintegrated the man.
And what we thought was, through the darkness, like we thought Ghidorah's fucking head was coming up through the rubble.
Nope, it's
Then
Godzilla literally
just down to,
him.
he's eating him up from the neck.
Yeah, then he's like, oh wait, it's the brain part. And just obliterates the fucking skull.
With the fucking blue
beam.
laser.
And then the mammoth comes out of nowhere and goes, yo man, that shit was dope.
And then all the other monsters come out of nowhere and like, yo,
that was pretty dope, dude.
Straight.
We should party sometime.
Blood.
Yeah. And then Godzilla went, yeah, and then the credits rolled. And then it turns out if the beasts retreat to everywhere, AIDS is cured, North Korea's freed, cancer's gone, Godzilla fixes everything.
Godzilla
apparently.
took a piss on Africa, now they have water, you know.
Yeah, there's fucking rainforest appearing in the Sahara Desert. Thank God John Wick's still there. He's still traveling around.
He's working.
He's working. Don't worry
I do
about
love that we completely ignored the fact that there was a joke about these monsters, these titans getting it on, and there was video footage.
Yeah, at the very beginning, there was a fucking press conference that they're like, listen, these monsters aren't so bad, and then they get a text going, yo, these monsters are bad. And they went, okay, we're gonna leave you with this documentary about how they have sex. Don't worry, we blurred the fucking scrotum shit. He literally said scrotum shit. Press the button, the screen went blurred, just a little part of it.
Yeah, just
and
in
then
the middle, you can see a lot of shit moving on the
mutos
side.
are just like,
yeah, and you're like, oh my god, this is actually happening, and then it cuts, and I'm like, oh, thank God.
This is the greatest movie ever made.
Note in the end of the first Godzilla, they killed their nest with a gas tank, so
yeah,
that shit was fucked.
Gas him.
But it immediately ends with him being king of the monsters.
Yeah, and then King Kong going, hey!
Hey,
So-
Fuck you doing?
I'm
Yeah,
stuck
by
on
the
an
way,
island. I need help.
There's a lot of Skull Island references, even just
In the credits, they're like, all monsters are going to Skull Island for some reason.
yeah,
All monsters.
all the
Okay.
monsters are going underneath Skull Island.
Listen,
I believe, I'm not gonna say what
Listen.
it was because fuck you,
King
I watched
Kong's big. I get it. Is he Godzilla big?
it. No, I was gonna mention that too. I was like, dude, he could like
How?
run around on him
Or
and then,
climb him like a fucking monkey.
right.
But then again, it's his turf.
True.
You never know. I'm just saying, I'm excited for the sequel.
The only thing that I'm saying here is I don't care how big your home turf is. If something is actually like 5 times larger than you, and you are already too big to try and hide,
I'm just saying King Kong.
I don't think
might have a
it'll.
chance.
It might.
There's other monsters in Skull Island, by the way. It's not just King
There are
Kong.
other monsters.
There's a lot of other monsters.
Really?
Yeah, it's super
monsters.
cool. No, like you'll
Fuck,
like.
I need to go watch this.
No, dude, you'll like it. You really will.
Okay.
So,
Final review.
overall, great movie.
Literally,
great action.
probably one of the best films I've ever
The
seen.
human interaction scenes are fine. I don't understand why people are getting fucked about
No,
them.
they were like, I actually was like, kind of like, oh, this is kind of like breaking my heart a little bit. Like, this is like
Yeah.
a really nice, like, he didn't say anything when he was dying.
Ojiro's fucking sacrifice when he went into the super radioactive Atlantis lair.
It was
Yeah,
beautiful.
That was so beautiful. It made me
was
cry.
Beautiful.
Mothra coming out for the first time with the wings spreading.
The fucking CGI in this movie.
It was
man.
so
It was
good.
so
Oh,
fucking on
You have-
point, man.
Please, for the love of God, see this movie
Watch
in
this
theaters.
movie.
Like,
So-
if you see it on DVD, you'll get a good experience of it. You won't get a movie theater experience.
Out of 10.
This is a movie theater
Yeah,
experience.
you need to see it in theaters. If not, 4K TV with really good surround sound, please, for the love of God.
9.5. 9.5.
9.5, what are you rating?
I'd give it a 10.
10?
Honestly.
Yeah, 9.5 for me. Man.
9.5.
There was
for me.
one scene where I was like,
What?
when fucking guy from Game of Thrones was like, "Hey, bitch,
Hey!
fuck's our computer?"
Hey!
And she went,
You
"What?"
suck.
Like, look, our computer's gone. Okay, now I'm gonna pull a gun on you. Okay, and then they left, and we didn't see him for the rest of the movie.
Yep. I guess that is one good point, but at the same time,
But yet again,
I don't even remember what the dude's name was, so if he died, oh well.
He fucking executed a guy at the beginning. The guy had his hands up, and he
Yep.
just kind of went to the gun. He was like, "Hey,
fuck you.
bah."
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm in
overall,
Game of Thrones."
so 9.5, 9,
I'd just say probably just,
10, 9.5, 9.5.
No, see this fucking.
we'll
movie.
just say 9.5 all around.
See
This
it.
fucking movie. Dude.
Great movie. We hope you enjoy it, and we hope you enjoyed our discussion. We really hope you guys have seen it if you've gotten to this point, because if not, well, now you don't need to. So,
Please do. Apparently, when I looked up Godzilla King of Monsters, apparently the box office isn't doing quite well for it.
Oh no. So yeah, definitely go see it then. It's such a good movie, and we really think you guys will enjoy it. So.
Absolutely, 100%. Honestly, I feel like it's better than John Wick. Like, I know that's really high standards for me, but this movie itself, like with John Wick, I was like, yeah, but I was actually like freaking out this entirety of
But
the
yeah,
movie.
what about like John Wick versus Godzilla?
Oh, John Wick versus Godzilla. You kill my dog! And then he fucking fires a gun, and Godzilla goes, ugh! And then dies immediately.
Instantly. It's over.
Instantly. And
Game
then AIDS
over.
is back. Thanks,
then
John Wick.
I can't wait for Chapter 4 of
John
Wick
Wick
now.
causes AIDS.
John Wick
damn it.
causes AIDS. Chapter 5, here we go, baby!
Alrighty.
Goodbye, everybody.
Subscribe.
No.
Yeah.
Typical YouTube shit.
Typical YouTube shit.
Love your face.
Bye.
Yeah.
Peep this out. Say goodbye, Brian.
Yeah, goodbye.
Alright.